Bubbles99546. I recently adopted a rabbit and I was wondering what time is best to get her spayed. Also, how did you find a vet you could trust for your rabbits? I've kind of answered those questions in my newer video called, I think it's called Why You Should Spay and Neuter Your Rabbits. But basically, you should get your rabbit spayed anytime after 6 months of age and before the age of 2. After the age of 2 is when they're more likely to get ovarian cancer. So before the age of 2 is really, really important. And how did I find a vet I could trust? First, I just started looking up vets and I started calling them. So if they said that they didn't deal with rabbits, because rabbits are exotics in Canada anyways, they're considered an exotic animal. So if they said that they didn't deal with exotics, it was just cats and dogs, then obviously I knew not to pursue it any further. If I talked to them and they said they dealt with exotics, then I asked them what the typical pre- and post-op care for a rabbit was. So rabbits shouldn't fast the night before their surgery like other animals. That means that you're not taking away their food from them. Most other animals have the ability to throw up, so they ask you to take away their food the evening before so that they won't be sick during surgery. With rabbits, however, though, with their systems, they can't throw up. They don't have the ability to throw up. As well, their systems completely shut down if they don't constantly have a supply of food. So you never want to have someone tell you that your rabbit should fast the night before. As well, you just want to know that the vet, deals with rabbits on a regular basis. They're comfortable with rabbits. The other thing you can do, like I had scheduled surgeries with one vet and I got in there and I just did not get a good feeling from the vet that she really felt confident with rabbits. So I ended up, letting her know I was going to think about it and I canceled the appointment. So, but the biggest thing is that they're just telling you, they're very comfortable with rabbits. They deal with rabbits all the time. Maybe ask them, how many clients of theirs are people who own rabbits, and yeah, that general kind of pre-op care. Okay, so I also noticed that some people were asking me questions on some of my other Q&A videos, so I'm just going to go to those quick and answer them as well. Okay, Picasa30 says, when will to summer during the summer long, whereas your rabbits? Okay, I think what they were asking is, when I go away, where do my rabbits and the rest of my pets go? So my dogs go to an in-home boarder, which I think I mentioned in a previous video. But the rest of my animals stay at home, and then what we do is we have a family member or a friend come in every day to check up on them and look after them. So when we go to Disney World, in a week and a half, what's going to happen is my brother-in-law is going to come in after school every day to come feed everybody and spend some time with everyone, and that seems to work out really well. Oh, and my bird, she will go to a friend, and it's the same thing. Generally, she would go to the family member that's coming in to check on them, but my father-in-law is extremely allergic to animals, and as I'm going with my family to Disney World, my family can't look after her. So I've got a friend from work who has a couple of large birds that's pretty confident with them, so he's generous enough that he said he'd look after her. Daryl Racer Girl 23 says, have you ever thought about getting a bigger animal or like a small farm animal, like a goat or little piggy? Because I know some people keep those in their houses, whereas in a bigger animal, an animal like a horse, you would have to board a stable. Yes, no, or why? I kind of feel like farm animals, especially a goat, should be kept outdoors. I know some people have pigs as pets, and that's fine. I know apparently they're very intelligent animals. I don't really have the space for a pig in my house, and I have 2 dogs, so I I don't know. I don't think I would have any of those kind of animals. I do love farm animals, but they are a lot of work, and I do love horses. But again, that's just a lot of work, and I just don't have the time for something like that. I love to go visit my dad lives beside a farm, so I love to go visit their farm and visit all the animals because I don't have to take care of them, but I get to go play with them. Megan loves music XX. How much time do you spend with each of your animals a day? That's kind of a hard thing to answer because my dogs and my cats are around us all the time. We do try to get to the dog park almost every day, and we're usually there about 45 minutes. I walk the dogs in the morning and after work, and that's a half an hour each. And then the rabbits get like their floor time, and the piggies get their floor time, and I try to sit with each set at least a half an hour. I'm not usually with them the whole time because I do have to get things done around my house, but that's also why all of my animals kind of have a buddy so that they can always feel like, oh, Willow binkied, but it was off camera. But yeah, so that they always feel like they have someone with them and like they're not alone. Oh, and my Parrot, I would say I spend about like she's out with us. She'll be on my shoulder or on her bird perch or whatever. So again, probably a couple hours with her. I probably spend like an hour, actually half an hour to an hour fully interacting with her, like trying to train her. And then she's with us the rest of the evening. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's it's kind of hard too, because I'll try and spend, you know, more time with one animal one night and then switch to another animal the next night. So everybody kind of feels like they've gotten enough bonding time. Clearly my animals are all really tame and nice except for my birds, so I do spend a lot of time with them. And my husband, my husband's here too, so if I'm upstairs with the rabbits, he's downstairs with the dogs or the cats, and yeah, so. Emily loves Susie asks, on estimate, how much did it cost to build your rabbit cages? So Rocky and Honey's cage was built fully from the storage cubes and wood and tile and everything. That cost us $150 to build, which is an amazing price because the X-Pen that Honey or Ollie and Willow are in, that was just like a gridded enclosure to begin with. That was $150. We had bought that quite a while ago and used it when we were training Jen and Murray when they were puppies and everything. So we didn't have a current use for it, but we didn't want to get rid of it because of how much we paid. So that's why my husband and I came up with the idea to add levels to it and use some storage cubes at the top to make 2 other rabbit condos out of that. And because we already had the X-Pen, it only cost about $40 or $50 to modify it. But I did mention in my How to Build Your Own Rabbit Condo, I showed a cage that was not big enough for a rabbit. Like I would say maybe 1 guinea pig, which you should never even house a guinea pig by itself. But this cage, it was a good size for a pet store cage, but nowhere near big enough for a rabbit. And it was something like $250. So it was definitely worth the money to build them the cages that we did. Hamster Lover Forever 1 says, how much playtime each day do all of your pets get? And what type do you do, like playpen, free range, etc.? They don't get full free range. What I do is, as you can see, they're in my hallway right now. So my rabbits get my hallway and the floor space of our bedroom as well as a bathroom. And then I use storage cubes to just block off areas in my bedroom I don't want them to get, like under our bed. And then I close off the doors to the rabbit room because I don't like them bugging the other rabbits that are in their cages. And also to my spare room because I don't want them getting under the bed in there. And I think I kind of just went over playtime each day. If you could have any animal in the world and not have the cost and work and stuff, what animal would it be and why? So I kind of answered that already, like a sloth or red panda. as far as like a realistic animal, I'd love to have a horse if somebody else would look after it. Kitty's Now 15 says, how old is Callie? And also what types of veggies should I feed rabbits? I'm getting a rabbit soon. So I already went over the vegetable one. Callie, we don't know because again, she was a stray that we've rescued. But they estimated that she was about 2 or 2.5 years old. Okay, everyone. So I guess that's the end of the Q&A. I hope you guys learned a lot about me and I was able to help you guys out with some of your bunny questions. And I look forward to talking to you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.